Have you ever driven on Old Canoe Creek, Nolte Road in St. Cloud and seen the ridiculous amounts of traffic? Yes, it's getting bad. I would say things got real for me. I live in this area. Things got real about August of 2022. That's when I started noticing a very big uptick in traffic. The locals have been very frustrated, including myself. However, it's growing pains, and according to the Florida Department of Transportation, help is on the way. Help is on the way in what way? In the following way. There's a big project they're saying should be done in 2018. It's kind of back to the future stuff. We're going back. No, in 2028, 4 years from now-ish. They're saying this should be completed. They're calling it a diamond interchange. I guess that's the educational word, right? That's the engineering term. Diamond interchange. Let's take a look at this before you see it in the video, because you're going to see it in my drive-through video. But the Kissimmee Park entrance is kind of over here where my microphone is. And if you're familiar with this area, it gets backed up. It gets backed up even when you're coming home from work right around 4 to 6 o'clock. The traffic gets backed up, way backed up, maybe half a mile, quarter mile, half a mile to a mile, not a quarter mile, half a mile to a mile on the Turnpike, it gets backed up. So the solution has been put forth in the designs, apparently, and budgets to do this special interchange where Nolte Road, which is right about here, is going to be extended through this grassy area. You'll see that in the video. And they're going to put various ins and outs, and they're going to have a flow through to go over to the other side, which is where all this construction is happening with Cross Prairie, 5,000 plus rooftops. I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, they're in phase 1 right now. They're selling quickly. They have to slow down to accommodate the demand, but they have planned this out, and this is actually how they're going to deal with it, is giving us more access, easy access to get on and off of the road. And before, we didn't have a southbound entrance, so we have that going down toward Miami, and a southbound or northbound exit coming up from the south. So this is, in some people's minds, it's very annoying that the growth is happening like this in St. Cloud, but it's also very exciting because, like I said earlier, help is on the way. We just got to exercise some patience, unfortunately. But if you're not familiar with this area, come and move down, right? There's plenty of homes for you. This is a solution to the issue that you're not even aware of if you don't live here. And it's nice to see that they are actually future planning. I wish they would have done it in reverse, but at this point, this is where we're at. It's a beautiful area. In future videos, I'm going to highlight even more what Cross Prairie is, because there's so much that's going in right in this area that's going to be developed. I'm going to be quiet. Let me remind you that you can like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. And I'm giving you a 25% of my commission whenever you allow me to represent you. Navigating real estate makes sense to navigate it with somebody who knows how to help you, and I have years of experience. If you want, let's shoot down in the comments below. In the description below, there's a Calendly link. I'd love for you to click on that, and let's have a consultation appointment. Let's get to meet each other and see how I can help you. But let's go ahead, and I'll be quiet because I talk a lot. And let's see what's on the video. All right, so I'm heading south right now on Old Canoe Creek Road. There's been a lot of development out this way. We've got some eating spots, not anything fancy, but we've picked up a Marco's Pizza, Dunkin' Donuts in the last few years. There is supposedly supposed to be a Starbucks that is under construction right where this water tower is, which is the corner of Canoe Creek and Old Canoe Creek. If you make a right here at Canoe Creek Road, you will be going further south, and there are developments that have gone in there in recent years, and that's an area called the Manor. Here I'm going to make a left where the sign says Sawgrass in the distance. We're going to make a left going north on Canoe Creek Road. And heading north here, we will be heading toward State Route 192, which is a major artery, major traffic road here in St. Cloud. It runs all the way to Melbourne. It will run you all the way to Disney and further beyond into the beginnings of Claremont and Davenport. I believe that's where that dead ends. So into 27, actually, to be specific. So here we have a lot of communities we'll dive into in the future. There's a townhome community on the left that we just passed called Oak Ridge Place. Very popular community to the left here called Sweetwater Creek, and also a gated community to the right called Camelot, where they have really nice sized lots, some of them up to a ½ acre, maybe even slightly over. Coming up to the right, there is a place of worship. If you're looking for a church to call your home, this church is called Cornerstone, and they have a lot of soccer that they do with the community. They have a league. My son was in it a few years ago for the little ones. On the left, we have Canoe Creek Estates, which is a smaller community, relatively smaller. To the right, we have a few spots for eating. There's a tavern, a pizza spot, even a barber shop. And to the right here, another well-established community is Canoe Creek Woods. Homes are a little bit older, probably from the 80s, 90s. But yeah, nice floor plans in there. Not your typical cookie cutter, I guess, if you want to put it that way. We're coming up on the left and right side. We've seen some communities here. This one is called Cypress Preserve. And on the right, we have one called Indian Lakes. Very nice community. And then to the left, we have Canoe Creek Lakes. This is the back end entrance. They also have an entrance on Old Canoe Creek Road. Lots of homes in there. Another well-established community. Coming up to the intersection here, on this video, we're going to focus on the Turnpike. I'm going to talk about that here in a few seconds. Here we have a newer storage facility that was just opened, and a neighborhood Walmart on the left with a gas station. Also, in this plaza, they have begun construction on some more shops. So we're starting to see little shops, plazas start to pop up in this area because the demand for it is such. There's a lot of new construction that has gone in and has brought in a lot of people. So we need some places to shop. This is Nolte Road, or Nolte as some people might call it. We're going to hang a left. We're going west toward the Turnpike. This area here, there is a marquee that says Stevens Plantation. It's a very nice area. You have some very nice communities here, well established, that have been here for a while, and there's some CDDs in some of the communities. There's even some lots where you can construct in one of the communities coming up on the left. There is an elementary school off of a road we're coming up on called Buddinger. But you see on both sides we have communities. The Grove. There's also a medical facility where they have like outpatient type stuff and specialists further up to the right. This is Magnolia Green on the left. And so we are heading toward the Turnpike. Now, I will tell you, traffic here has been increasingly worse, as you would expect when an area is growing. And so there is a massive interchange that is getting ready to start construction on the Turnpike, because that's the main way that people get in and out of this area to go to Orlando, maybe parts of Kissimmee and beyond. If you're heading toward I-4, the Turnpike is a major. Hold on the left we have the Estates, Stevens Plantation, another very nice community. But yeah, so the Turnpike is kind of like our lifeline here to get to other areas. When you see communities advertising 15 or 20 minutes to Lake Nona or to the airport, left here we have Village Green. That's a townhome community, a very small one. And on the right we have Pine Chase. Sorry, I'm going to keep interrupting. We're almost to where we're getting to. Cypress Point, another small home community. So we're coming up on Old Canoe Creek, which is where I kind of started looping from. And there is an entrance currently here. If we hang a left, I'll show you that in a little bit. Kissimmee Park Road. However, because of all the growth that is going on in an area called Eden at Cross Prairie, I should say. There's an area called Cross Prairie. Tons of growth. I'm going to pull over here. It is kind of the breaking point, if you want to put it that way, in terms of traffic. Like, they're going to put in 5,000-ish homes over here across the Turnpike, on the other side of the Turnpike. So, right here at this interchange, you can see that it says no trespassing. They just bought this, I believe it was a 7-Eleven. It was a gas station here, and they literally just closed it. It was purchased, I believe, by the Florida Turnpike Authority or whatever is the governing body for the Turnpike. And they are going to put in, at this intersection, crossing over, there's going to be a brand new road and an entrance. They're calling it a diamond. The style, I guess, is called a diamond interchange. And I'll put a graphic on the screen to show you what it looks like. But it's a whole bunch of interweaving on-ramps and off-ramps, pathways to get over the Turnpike to get into this new Cross Prairie area. There will be new southbound entries to get on the Turnpike, because that's something that was not available prior. At this junction, we have the entrance to the Turnpike here, but it only goes north. And then you have an exit on this exit here. You have a way to get off of the Turnpike to come back into St. Cloud, but there is nothing to get on the Turnpike going south, which if you want to go to Miami or any areas south of here, that's important, because as of now you have to go down to 192, hang a left going west, and then hop on the Turnpike further down on 192 to go south. So this is a big deal for our area. The rendering, as you can see, is pretty vast. But it goes to show how much traffic that they're expecting us to have, and we already have a lot, but there's going to be so much more with the 5,000 homes that are going in across the way. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll come back to the video and we'll finish out the drive to show you this intersection, but I'm going to hop out now and throw the drone up and give you an aerial view. All right, so as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and pan down. This right here is the 7-Eleven that apparently was purchased by the Turnpike, Florida Turnpike Department of Transportation. And so this is going to be gone. I believe in a rendering I saw that they're going to make like a right turn lane or something to keep the traffic flowing. This is the intersection here of Old Canoe Creek and Nolte Road. So what I'm going to do is safely fly over and give you guys a peek here. So as you can see here, there is a community, and the community is called Tika Village. It's a manufactured home, mobile home community. This community, they're going to kind of weave their way according to the diagram, weave their way through here and go behind what looks like a gas station in the distance in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. They're going to find their way through there, through that grass. And then they're going to, in the distance, you see the turnpike, so it'll kind of make its way through there. So let me kind of give you a bird's eye view. So we've got the intersection here. Let's go over. So there should be new road going in through here. There goes Tika Village. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to manage this. There's the back of that, I forget what it's called. I don't know if it's Mikey's or something like that. It used to be a gas station, now it's a pizza spot. So we've got trees galore around here. So I'm assuming based on the diagram that this is where the road is going to go through, and you see here the turnpike is in the distance. So we're coming up on that. And so right here we're going to have this big diamond interchange. I'm going to pause here. We can take a look at what there is here. The big diamond interchange they're talking about, we're going to have 8 lanes, 4 going in the north direction and 4 going in the south direction. And as you can see, there's plenty of grassy area, but this will not be grassy for long. I'm going to go ahead and pan over to the left. I'm not sure if you can make it out from here, but we've got Cross Prairie. There it is. Cross Prairie is in the distance. So you can see where they're already building out. If I keep panning to the left, there's the current Kissimmee Park entrance onto the turnpike, where we only have the ability to go on northbound and then to get off here. So this is it. I'm gonna go fly later over at Cross Prairie, show you the updated progress since last time that I've been out there. But that'll be in another video. Over in the distance, I've panned right now. We are looking at Tahokwa and all of the construction that they're doing out there with various builders. And then, of course, in the distance, I don't know if you can make out, that is Lake Toho, which you have the nice Kissimmee lakefront out that way. So I'm going to come out back, give you one more view as we're backing out. Again, they're coming through here. All of this grassy area seems to be where they've made their plans to bring this brand new diamond interchange to alleviate the traffic. And I know that there's a lot of mixed feelings about that. We have been dealing with a lot of traffic headaches here, especially trying to get on the turnpike over on Old Canoe Creek Road. So depending on your side of the fence, you may be sick and tired of it, but it's supposed to start taking place, the construction of it, hopefully in the next 6 months to a year. They're saying 2028 will be the completion date. We'll see about that, because projects sometimes take longer than anticipated. But the good news is at least there's hope on the horizon. No pun intended, or pun intended. There is hope on the horizon. Stay around for it. I think it's going to be a special community development. All right, so I just brought the drone down. I'm going to take you back around. We're back on Nolte. We are going to take a look here. So we have 2 left lanes, and one right turning lane, two left turning lanes, one right turning lane. I think I saw a diagram where they're going to cut through that 7-Eleven. That's part of why they bought that, to make some kind of flowing turning right turn lane. It's a little bit better for traffic flow. So we're at Old Canoe Creek Road. Take a good look, because in the near future this is going to be totally different. It's going to be a totally different feel. I'll be quite honest with you, it feels kind of surreal what they're bringing here. I've mentioned this earlier, I'll say it again. You know, to many residents of St. Cloud, this has been small town feel, right? Small town with a small town feel. And a lot of people are kind of upset at the level of growth. I totally get it. And I'm here to help in those situations too. I'll cut you a good deal if you're interested in selling your home. But there's a lot of people that are coming here and they're excited for the new growth. The problem is we need the infrastructure, and finally that's what we're getting. So here they're going to do a temporary U-turn lane to kind of alleviate the traffic. I'm not sure how that's going to help, but I'm sure that they know. I have a good friend, the alligator, in this little pond to the right. We're coming up on Kissimmee Park Road. I was not kidding. I did see an alligator here twice. All right, we're going south. I'm hanging a right, and this is our current setup to get on the Turnpike. So I'm gonna not get on the Turnpike right now, but you can see the sign says North Turnpike. This is our little bridge. They're supposed to be doing a project where there's 2 left turning lanes coming onto Kissimmee Park Road when you're getting off on this exit. And that's supposed to also, according to the powers that be, it's supposed to alleviate the traffic we're having in the morning, allowing 2 rows of cars to make a left turn lane instead of having just one, because it gets backed up pretty bad right now. Going over this way, I've done this in a previous video. This used to go straight over, and Kissimmee Park Road would go over to the left. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. That's where it used to connect to. But with all the construction going on, we now have Cross Prairie here, so this is brand new. Thanks, guys. As always, please hit that like and subscribe button. It goes a long way for sharing this content. And don't forget about that 25% that I'm giving toward your closing costs, point buy down, etc. Share it. Let somebody know to reference the YouTube channel for Ivan Santiago, and I will help them out too. Let's do this thing together, guys. Be safe out there and enjoy the rest of your day.